Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and in a bit of a different video than I usually do, I'm going to be giving an update basically on all the future Marvel films coming out. So this includes the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Sony Marvel films, and the Fox Marvel films. So I'm going to get right into it. First one to come out next is Venom, which comes out October 5th this year, 2018, and currently it's in post-production, so it's almost done. We've seen a trailer. It looks pretty good, and it looks like it has a great cast with Tom Hardy and Michelle Williams. I'm hoping it starts a great Sony franchise. They have plans for a sequel. Anyway, that's distributed by Sony. Comes out October 5th. The next film is actually an animated Marvel film. This is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which follows Miles Morales, so not Peter Parker, but also does feature other Spider-Mans like Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's produced by Sony, comes out December 14th, 2018, and it's already produced an awesome trailer, so it looks pretty far into production. Moving on to 2019, specifically February 14th, is the next X-Men film, Dark Phoenix, which is a sequel to X-Men Apocalypse set in 1992, where the X-Men go on a space rescue mission, and Jean Grey gets hit by a solar flare, unleashing her Phoenix powers. This is currently going to undergo reshoots soon, but it was already in post-production, so it'll be ready for February 14th. I really hope this turns the X-Men in the right direction after the underwhelming X-Men Apocalypse. Coming March 8th, 2019 is yet another 90s set superhero film, Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson as the title character. This is the next MCU film after Ant-Man and the Wasp, and finished filming July 6th, so is now probably starting post-production, with a trailer expected to drop later this year. Avengers 4, currently known as Untitled Avengers Film, will come out May 3rd, 2019, and is the sequel everyone's waiting for after Avengers Infinity War. It finished filming January 2018 and is currently undergoing post-production, with a title reveal and maybe even a trailer expected to come out late this year. I believe Gambit, starring Channing Tatum, part of the Fox Universe, still has a release date for June 7, 2019, but after losing their most recent director, Gore Verbinski, in January of this year, the project hasn't even started filming yet. They don't even have a director yet, though they do have a script they like a lot, so I highly doubt this will come out by June 7th. Coming July 5th, 2019 is the final MCU film of next year, Spider-Man Far From Home, the sequel to 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming, and this just started filming earlier this month, July 2018, and this movie will follow Spider-Man and his friends going to Europe following the events of Avengers 4. New Mutants comes out August 2nd, 2019, and is the final X-Men film of that year, trying to start a new teen horror X-Men franchise. And the trailer looked awesome for it, but then it underwent some reshoots, and it's currently doing that, so it was pushed back all the way to August next year, but it has a young cast of 5 great actors, so I'm really hoping this is a success. Now, this is the first of many release dates without actually a movie announced. This is March 13, 2020, for a Fox Marvel film, and we don't know what the Disney buyout, this might not happen, but I'm thinking it could maybe be an X-Force film. We've seen it happen with, start to happen with the Deadpool 2, and that's probably going to happen before Deadpool 3, so I could totally see March 13, 2020 be an X-Force movie, as there is already a script being written. So this next film is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which actually doesn't have an official release date, but it is coming out in 2020 and is currently in development with a script being written on, and they're going to start filming next year in 2019. I assume it's probably going to be the May 1st, 2020 release date, because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 also came out in May, so it would make sense. June 26, 2020 is the next Fox Marvel release date announced. I think this could be maybe an X-23 movie. She was really popular as a character introduced in Logan, and they soon announced that they might be working on a spin-off with her, so it's possibly in development working on the script, but with the Fox-Disney merge potentially happening, these release dates could not even happen at all. Marvel Studios reserved July 31st, 2020 for their next release date, and I think this might be a Black Widow movie. Scarlett Johansson is long due for one, and now that they just announced Kate Shortland's directing, it seems like the film is further in development. Probably they're already working on a script. Since this is announced, and without a release date, I feel like this is going to be the new Marvel franchise for 2020. The final release date for Fox Marvel 2020 is October 2nd, and I don't think this will be like any sequel. Maybe it will be like a new X-Men character to be introduced on the screen with a solo movie, or maybe it's like a spin-off of Deadpool, and it's a Fire Fist movie. That would be awesome. It's not announced or anything, and this release date might not even happen with the Disney deal coming through, but those are just some possible options. Marvel Studios' third release date of 2020 is November 6th, and I'm thinking this could maybe be Doctor Strange 2, finally. It'll be 4 years after the first one. The first one also came out in November, and it's long overdue. They've already said that they're going to make one, so it's pretty much already announced. So we'll just have to see what it's like after the repercussions of Avengers 4. Marvel Studios recently moved up their July 2021 release date to February 12th, and I think this is going to be Black Panther 2. We know what's going to happen, even though the results of Infinity War, and the first one did huge in February, so why not just repeat it 3 years later, February 2021. Fox's first Marvel release date of 2021 is March 5th, and these really don't seem that likely with the Disney-Fox merge happening, but I think this would be a Deadpool 3 slot, because they're probably not going to do a Deadpool 3 the year X-Force comes out in 2020, and what better way to start off 2021 with one of their most successful franchises. May 7th, 2021, I think would be the perfect way to end out the Spider-Man trilogy. So the second one, Far From Home, comes out 2 years after Homecoming, so this would be 2 years later in 2021, and I think it would be a perfect end for the Spider-Man franchise, and I think that would make perfect sense. The final MCU film to come out in 2021 is November 5th, and it seems like every year they do one new franchise and 2 sequels, so I think there's going to be a new franchise November 5th, and I think it might be Miss Marvel, who's been talked about a little bit recently, about possibly having a movie come out, so I think that would make sense, or it could be another Marvel character to get their first film. Starting off 2022 is February 18th, Marvel Studios' first film that year, and I think it could maybe be their new movie for 2022, I have no clue at this point. I would like to see like a Hawkeye movie finally, since they're going to make a Black Widow movie, but that's probably not going to happen. It could also be even a Black Widow sequel, which isn't a new movie, or it could be a totally different Marvel character. May 6, 2022 could be a lot of options. I was thinking maybe even like a Doctor Strange sequel, since the second one, in my prediction, would come out in 2020, or it could be even like a new Avengers film. Or maybe because of the Fox acquisition, some of these 22 slates are like for like those Fox characters, like a Fantastic Four movie. I'm thinking July 22nd, 2022, the final release date mapped out for any Marvel movie, could quite possibly be the final film of the Ant-Man trilogy. They do have plans to make a third one, and I know that's a full 4 years after Ant-Man and the Wasp, but there's no July spot for 2021, and there's a lot of movies they want to make, and the first 2 did both come out in July, so it would make sense here. I'm now going to talk about some announced films without release dates. First of all is Silver and Black, which will be the second film in the Sony Marvel Universe after Venom, and this was originally going to come out February 2019, but was pulled off because they're working on the script and rewriting the script, so it's pretty far. They already have a director announced, and I expect this movie to get back on track and maybe start filming in 2019 for the 2020 release date. Another announced film in the Sony Marvel Universe is Morbius the Living Vampire, which actually already has directors, writers, producers, and a star. Jared Leto is going to play Morbius, so that's pretty cool. There's no set release date, but I think it's just in development. They're probably just starting on the script, so I'd maybe think like a 2021 release date. The final announced Sony film is Night Watch, which was just recently just talked about as being announced. There's some speculation Spike Lee might even direct it, but there's no confirmation on anybody attached to the project, so it's in very early development. I would expect it to come out 2022 at the earliest. These movies take a while to happen. Now that we're done with all the movies that are like confirmed, I'm just gonna go through and say that some of the MCU films that are basically confirmed I already talked about with the confirmed release dates, and then with the Fox, we don't know what's going to happen after the merge that I keep on talking about, and of course the New Mutants trilogy is going to try to be completed, same with X-Force, and there'll probably try to be some more X-Men films, but none of those are confirmed, so I'm not going to talk about them individually. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if I forgot anything. I know it got long, but there's a lot of future Marvel movies, and stay tuned for more of these videos coming in the future. See you guys later from Film Frenzy. Bye.